Hi everyone, my name is Katriel C Sarfati, otherwise known as Don Karlito on Instagram. Now I'm sure a lot of you by now have posted a motivation quote, shared a motivation quote, might even have one as a mantra. Here are some of the ways how too much of that is self-sabotage. Now, a few years ago, I started a page called Maven's Table. It was awesome. It was fun. However, over some time, I noticed a bunch of copycats coming up. My friends and I kind of dispersed. We were doing it as a cluster, group, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, fast forward till today, you've got people spiking in depression, super sad. They're comparing themselves to others. Now add into the mix a bunch of gurus that are selling you productivity checklist. Here's how to do this, here's how to do that. And while that is very great in the scheme of things, it's also pretty detrimental. No, I will not chug Monster with you, pump my fists in the air and yell, team no sleep. The thing is, it's really easy to fall into the trap. I mean, if you've got a lot of stuff going on, you're stressed, you're tired, you're fat, you're this, you're that, and I come along and tell you, hey, if you follow these 3 steps, your life will be substantially better, odds are you're probably gonna buy it. And these days, everyone seems to be pretty much infatuated with escaping the rat race by pretty much emulating anything a billionaire will do. At this point, a billionaire could tell you that they're eating grapefruit by the seashore on a Tuesday afternoon. Guess what everyone was going to do? The inconvenient truth is that any change worth anything, long term especially, takes time, takes patience, and overall takes a paradigm shift up here. Now, with convenience being a leading factor in why many people make purchase decisions, you can start to see how the shortcuts, if I tell you, hey, you can get a lot of results, life-changing results by taking a bunch of shortcuts, odds are you're gonna buy it. Now, to make matters worse, with the rise of the influencer on social media, you also begin to be exposed, downright bombarded, with a carefully curated lifestyle. These influencers are posting themselves, posing, holding something, doing these things that you kind of know isn't exactly reality, but because it's there, you digest it, and subconsciously you start to compare your life to that. Very often I will talk to people, clients, businesses, whatever, that always seem to prioritize getting ahead. They keep thinking, oh, look at this person, they're living this kind of life, I want to be like that too. Now, you might not say that out loud, but you are thinking it, and it shows in your actions. The irony here is that behind a lot of these self-help, whatever the widgets, checklist, whatever, is that you're not actually tackling the real problem. You're actually just hiding behind routines, guidelines, habits that, well, again, I'm going to say these habits are good, but it's just like a patch. It's not actually taking care of the underlying issue. Essentially, it's the equivalent of a diet pill. So one client I was working with recently, we sat down, she was doing great. She came to me via the strategy session on my website, and we sat down, she started going over all this stuff that she was achieving, merits, all this stuff. One of the first things I asked her is, are you happy? Guess what she said? Her reaction was, hell yeah, I'm kicking ass, taking names, I got promoted, I'm making money. Of course, I responded with, cool story. But after some careful digging, I finally asked her the hard question, are you happy? Sure, you're getting the job done, but are you happy? Guess what she said? I'm lonely, I'm tired, I'm starting to realize that I'm not as happy as I was. I'm checking stuff off a checklist, but it's starting to feel mindless. I'm starting to feel like I essentially created a new rat race. But checking stuff off a checklist was awesome. It made me more productive at work. After some careful digging, she basically said, listen, I'm crossing stuff off my checklist. I'm getting a lot done. I started this because I was tired of procrastinating. Now, I don't know about you. I am a procrastinator sometimes. We're only human, right? So here's where things get interesting. Procrastination tends to stem from a lack of inspiration, lack of resources, whatever the case might be, but really it stems down from lack of inspiration. The thing here, though, is that she failed to reverse engineer the problem. So she looked at it, well, here's the overlying problem, which is procrastination. So let me get some checklists, etc., to get this stuff done. So through more digging, we ended up finding out that her lack of inspiration came from her career. She was good at it, but she didn't love it. So as she was progressing and getting all this money and et cetera, she wasn't actually getting any closer to her life goals, her dream life. In her mind, it worked out that if she pivoted now, changed careers, and not gonna give her away her age, but in her mind, making that change now was something that was gonna be embarrassing for her. So, a lot like a job or a diet pill, instead of reverse engineering the problem and tackling head on, she actually just addressed the procrastination and spent 3 years excelling on paper. Now, for those of you still watching, I'm not bashing self-help. What I'm saying is that it's more than just that. There's more to it than, just spreadsheets and, step by step do this. In essence, the reason I bring this up too is because it essentially becomes dogma. It is super possible for self-help and psychology to coexist. And especially for those of you who are in the self-help world, I actually have a friend who is a life coach. And his perspective of this is, listen, I have to own it. I have to make it mine. It's my responsibility. So for years he went without actually treating his PTSD. You can see how that can be dangerous down the line. So below, I'm gonna add some links to some helpful things to go over, things like cognitive therapy, underlying issues that you can take care of. So thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty new at YouTube, still kind of learning the ropes here. But let me know in the comments any questions you might have about mind, life, or business hacks. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, drop me a like, and if you're on Instagram, it's @DonCarlito. Thank you so much again. Have a great day.